Hello, I'm the Review Man. For this movie, I'm going to use my review morphing powers. So, without further ado, gather up your Zords, gather up your everything that you need to fight evil, because I am reviewing Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie. Now, this movie came out when I was 4, back in 1995. It starred I wouldn't say the original, I'd say it started all the original cast of the original Power Rangers. And I think it was either, no, Trini was in there, then they got Aisha as the Yellow Ranger. And so, yeah, let's start off with the story. The story starts off with all the Power Rangers skydiving for this charity. And we got Tommy, we got Rocky, we got Billy, we got Aisha, we got Kimberly, and we got did I say Rocky? Rocky was red. Let's see. Rocky was red. No, yeah, Rocky was red. Tommy was white. Billy was blue. Kimberly was pink. Aisha was yellow. And I think there was a black ranger somewhere in there. But yeah, anyway, guys. Story starts off with them skydiving. And Bulk and Skull's up there too. Bulk and Skull are their childhood, are their high school bullies. Well, they're really not bullies, but they portray the bully type. And so yeah, anyway, and then sometimes they get mixed up inside the Rangers stuff. I think Bulk is pretty much one of the main cast that has gone on after Tommy and all them has gone on to like the current season of Rangers, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to do some research on that, get back to you. But yeah, anyway, they're all skydiving. The Rangers land in the skydiving center. Bulk and Skull, they're up in the air, and they're waiting. And then they jump into this construction site. While they're at this construction site, they're saying, "Hey, we're the guys from the building construction. That one's supposed to be over there. And what's that guy doing without proper foot protection?" And then he said, "Go on." And one of the other dudes, "Dan, get up here. Go on, Dan." And so what they do is they find that all these construction workers finds an egg that traps the infamous and evil Ivan Ooze, the main antagonist of this movie. And so what they do is all the Rangers are they're all skating and having fun and all this stuff. And they get this call from Zordon. Zordon tells them to get to the command center. So what they do is they go to the command center and they get this call from Ivan. They get this call, they go to the command center, and Zordon just tells them, millions of years ago, Rangers such as yourselves trapped Ivan Ooze in this morphopod shaped thing. And now that it's been uncovered, he will unleash his holy hell of holy terror by making these big old evil monsters. Called Titans, which look like these big old scorpion cockroaches. Like a big old metal pincer things. I'm sorry, dudes. I love acting out. This was actually a pretty good movie. So yeah, anyway, Rita and Zed are the main of a few of the other main bad guys. They They unleash Ivan Ooze, and Ivan Ooze says he wants to unleash all this holy terror. And what was it? Ivan Ooze unleashes the terror, and Zed says, "Do you remember the name Zordon of Eltar?" And then he said, "I hate Zordon." And all the other two bad guys in this movie, besides Zed, Ivan, Rita, are these two other dudes named Goldar and Motar. Motar is this pig dude. He's like, "Yeah, I think he remembers." And so Ivan Ooze takes over, traps Zed and Rita in the snow globe, and Goldar and Motar, they become Ivan's new assistants. And what Ivan wants to do is he wants to bring, he goes to just, what happens? The Rangers are fighting some of Ivan's, they go to the construction site, and there sees the egg right here, and they run into Ivan Ooze, and Ivan Ooze unleashes, he says, well, Zordon's still got some teenagers fighting for some kids fighting for him, and he said, well, meet my kids, and he releases these purple gooish monsters, and they fight, and while they're fighting, Ivan Ooze goes to the command center to fight the destroy Zordon and Alpha and the command center. And while they're all fighting them, while they're fighting the monsters, their suits break, their suits and all their power armor breaks down. And so what they do is they go to the command center and they find out what Ivan did. So what Alpha does is he tells them that there's this island named Phaedos that can unleash this good power, and that can give them this good power and might have a chance to unleash Zordon and fix Zordon. And while they're going to the island, Ooze is back on Earth. He has a plan to get his Titans back up and running, but he needs the parents of Angel Grove. And so what he does is he unleashes all this ooze in his factory, and he's just giving it away. And what that does is that hypnotizes the parents of Angel Grove to dig up move all the rocks and to get all the Titan up and all this other stuff. And there's this little boy at the beginning named Fred. He becomes a big help because his dad gets hypnotized by Ivan's ooze and all this other stuff. And while they're on Phaedos, that's what Ooze is doing. He's using all the parents to what was it? He's using all the parents to get his Titans so he can be back in power once more. And so I thought I heard something. That's just TV. And so what he does is the Rangers are on the planet Phaedos. They run into Ooze's birds, and the birds, they get scared away because this lady named Dulce, she was like the ancient protector of the planet, and she's her main protection is just to stop anybody from trying to get to her main purpose in this movie is to give the Rangers new powers and show them the way to their new powers so they can help save Zordon, because she's not a big fan of Ivan Ooze either. And if you heard what Ivan Ooze has to say about her, he's not a big fan of her either. He calls her basically pretty much a witch, which if you take away the W and add the B, so yeah, there you go. They don't get along. And so what they do is the Rangers are on this planet to get this power to save Zordon and everything, because Zordon is slowly dying back at the command center, and you don't see much of him throughout the rest of this movie, except like at the end. And they all get new powers and new suits. They get like different Zords and all this other stuff. There's a falcon, a frog, a bear, a ape, a wolf, and something else. I forgot what it was, but they each go into their new Zords, ninja Zords. And so what they do is they get their new suits, their new powers, and all this other stuff, and they go get the good after fighting these ancient dead dinos, basically skin and bones. And basically, if you've seen these dinos that are already skin and bones, and then they fight these lava rock dudes, they get the powers. They get the greater good, the good power, and they go back. They get on their new suits and everything. They go back to Earth, fight Ivan's They get ready. They go back to Earth, and on the way going back to Earth, Ivan says, "Everybody, well, parents of Angel Grove, I've enjoyed. I've appreciated all of your help, but frankly, I'm sick of looking at your faces. Go back to the construction site and leap to your doom." And then they're all like, because they're all still hypnotized. And Fred, he hears this. And he goes to Ernie's juice bar. If you don't know who Ernie is, he owns this juice bar that the Rangers hung out in the movie. But this one's, yeah. So anyway, okay, we're looking at about 10 minutes. All right, sorry guys, keep on looking at the camera. And so what he does is he goes to the juice bar. All the kids are going crazy because they ain't got no parents. And he says, "Okay, everybody, listen. Ivan Ooze is dangerous. He's using us, and he's using our parents in his evil plan. And he's going to make them leap to their doom." And so what they do is they go hop on this monorail, and which is like a train with like one bar, and they can get ready to go to the construction site. And let's see, go to the construction site. And while this is going on, the Rangers are back on Earth fighting Ooze and fighting his Titans. There's 2 Titans. They both look like these big old praying mantis cockroach things. And let's see, these big old praying mantis cockroaches. And what they're doing is that they destroy one of them, and Ooze is like, "You know what? I'm sick of this." They destroyed one of them, and then they're about to destroy this other one. But what he does is he's like over here, and the mantis cockroach thing is over here. And what he does is he stretches his neck out, and he combines with the next with the other one. And he says, and so he starts fighting the Rangers, and they're all fighting and stuff. And one of the one of the Titans got destroyed. He destroyed the monorail, and so what Tommy does is he takes his Falcon Zord, and the monorail he just completes the track, and the monorail just goes safely across so they can get to the construction site and save their parents. They end up, and they're fighting. Ooze is too strong, and Billy said, "Okay, I know what we can do. We can go in. I'm gonna set a course for outer space, so we can chunk him in the path of Orion. No, this not Orion's belt. It was this comet, and they're gonna use the comet to destroy the They're gonna use the comet to destroy Ivan Ooze, and." So what they do is they fly up into space using the Falcon Zord. Ivan says, "You can run, but you can't hide." And while this is going on, you see Zed and Rita still in that snow globe up at the palace, and they're like, "I hope he's gonna take him into outer space. I hope the Rangers put him out of his misery. Go Rangers! Go Rangers! Go Rangers!" Yeah. And so what they're doing is they're fighting. And what Trini does, no, I don't even want to say Trini. That was the original Pink Yellow Ranger. This one, I think, is like the 2nd or 3rd year after Trini. I don't know. But what she does is she presses this button right here, and then that ends up kneeing Ivan Ooze off of the Rangers, and he goes flying into the comet. He explodes, and whenever he explodes, all the spell on the parents is broken free. And so yeah, anyway, they save the world. He helps save the parents, and the movie ends with Bulk and Skull telling the story about how they helped save the Rangers and fought Ooze. And because Bulk and Skull, they pretty much fabricate most of their stuff, which means just another word for a lie. And let's see, Fred, he goes back to the Rangers. He meets the Rangers and he's like, yeah, good job, guys. And he's like, maybe you can be one. Tommy says to him, maybe you can be a Ranger yourself one day. And he's like, yeah, I don't see that happening. Hey, anything's possible. You think so? I know so. Because he's a Ranger. And so he's a Fred Gold Ranger. Has a certain ring to it. And then the movie ends with them, everybody watching this fireworks show, and everybody's thinking, and the fireworks fell out. Thank you, Rangers. And Rangers and the Bulk and Skull's like, Rangers? Bulk and Skull. Yeah, and that's how the movie ends. That's how the movie ends. Oh yeah, also Zordon gets they also use after they defeat Ivan News and before the big old party, they all go back to the command center, use their new powers to bring Zordon back to life. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And then the credits roll, and then there's a mid-credits scene where Rita and Zed they get out the snow globe and they come back in. And at that part, Goldar and Moltar, yeah, you don't really see much of Moltar in this movie, because after they dig up the Titan, Ooze's Titans, you really don't see much of. Actually, you don't see them anymore till like the last scene of the movie. But yeah, anyway, that was Power Rangers, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie. This was a good movie. I wanted to go back a little bit because everybody else is reviewing modern stuff. I want to go back a little bit because I might start reviewing some more nostalgia stuff. So yeah, anyway, guys, like, comment, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff, and I will see y'all guys in the next video. Have a good one and more fun. Falcon Zord, Chubby Zord. Oh yeah, and I may review Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Turbo. I think that's the next movie, but I may review that. So anyway, guys, have a good day.